this, James rushes out the door. And we'll take the .44 with him for the moment. I'm just gonna
Yeah, the guy just steps out your way.
Yeah, but Ben, you rush for the people get out of your way when you're waving a 44. Sigh. I was hoping we could go at least on one adventure without a killing spree.
But yeah, I am rushing to Ian's residence, which I suppose is a church as far as everyone's told me.
Mm-hmm. He did.
So
The
I'm
guy
gonna
did
go
say
over there and
that-
just start banging on the door until someone answers, and unless it's like open, I could just walk in.
Okay, it's not open. Does everyone follow? Does everyone follow him to the church?
Sigh. I suppose I'll have to. You gonna be all right here, Governor? Man, I know Mr. Shaw is, a little more advanced.
Oh, are you talking to me? I don't know who you're talking to.
Talking to you, Mr. Shaw.
Well, I mean, it is damning, isn't it? Why would he not open the window? He clearly didn't want to be known, otherwise he wouldn't have broken it so quietly.
We think your friend Jimmy has run off to go bother the church. Do you want to go after him?
Oh, I'm saying that Shaw is staring out the window while you're asking him, like stroking a chin.
I'm gonna shrug and say you two should probably stay here in case he comes back, and I'll go off after West.
Okay. As James West and Kerman arrive at the church, they notice the door is closed, but James has currently started banging on the door.
Yeah, just like the iron of the revolver, and just like as hard as possible. Ian.
After a few minutes.
I said while he's doing that, I was gonna circle the church. Is there another way in?
No, there isn't.
Just one door.
Yep.
So if this church catches fire, you're all screwed.
Oh yeah, lack of fire codes, baby.
As you,
it would be a tiny. I'm not that surprised. It would be a tiny, centuries-old church.
Yes, it is a rather small church. As you get round to the front, and James is still banging on the door, you do notice that the light by the front door turns on, and you hear a voice coming from behind. Yes, 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 I'm coming, I'm coming. Do you stop banging the revolver at that point, James?
I'll give it like one or two more bangs for clarity's sake, but I'll stop. Until he answers.
You hear irons clanking and door unlocking for a good like 20 seconds actually. And then as it ends, you see the door opens wide, a large wooden door.
I love the fact the church is the most fortified building.
Yes, the wooden door is about an inch thick.
Yeah.
And in front of you stands a medium-sized man with a gentle face. You notice he does have a few scars and he has a bit of a scraggly beard, but he is bald. He's currently wearing just his priest vestments. And he has a soft smile on his face. He gives you both a nod and a bit of a sigh and says, "What's the matter? What do you need?"
I got like a haggard, worried look on my face, and I just look up to him and go, "Clarence is missing."
The crazy Englishman.
Yes. I need to know.
He leans forward and like looks left and right out of his door and kind of motions for you to come in.
All right. So I'll come inside with him.
I'll come inside too.
As you go to step through the door, James, he does put his hand on your chest and points at your hand where you're holding the revolver.
Oh, I'll just look a little sheepish and just like pocket it.
He shakes his head and holds his hand out.
Oh, I'll pass it over.
Oh no, we're being held at
5
gunpoint by a single bullet gun. Okay.
He quickly unloads it with almost expert speed, actually, and pockets it. And he places the bullets into a trash bin that was next to the door. Kerman, he looks at you and says, "Any weapons?"
Of course not.
Very well. You may enter. I assume you both do?
Yeah.
Right. And as
He closes the
Okay,
door behind you, and on the inside side of the door, you do notice there are a lot of locks.
Yeah.
Bar locks, padlocks, everything. You imagine like a tank shell would bounce off this door. It's that fortified.
Yeah. A little curious there. Better safe than sorry.
Um, Ian slowly then walks towards not the main hall, but a side room where you notice there is a lamp on with a few chairs, a desk, and a lot of paperwork and a lot of books hanging around. He sits on one side of the desk, and there are two chairs pulled up on the other side for you two. He motions towards the chairs and tells you to sit down as he picks up a glass of water and takes a sip of it.
I'm pacing around the room. I don't even sit down. Well, here we are, but what's going on? Clarence was just abducted by someone in the white sheet. He fired 5 bullets and no one seems to know why. But no one mentioned it until now. Not even him.
What do you know?
The people are saying that Clarence inflicted the wound himself, and that you might actually have the evidence that he did so.
Hmm. I was the one who picked him up from the well. I found him at the bottom, knife in hand, missing a few fingers. I'm not sure what caused it, but I do know a lot of things that go on in this town.
Can we see the knife?
He kind of stuts his chair backwards and pulls out a drawer, and he places a large hunting knife on the table that is covered in blood.
No, something unusual. Anything else? Clarence apparently has a friend, like we said, somebody in a sheet. I mean, this guy, and also I visually inspect the guy. His sheets are clean, right? His vestments are clean. He's not covered in mud like he's been running around the wilderness.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
mind of James here, it's probably entirely unlikely someone crossed the lock, set Clarence up somewhere else, crossed the lock again, and then came back before we finally got here.
I'm also assuming that the inside of the church is one large steel room. There aren't any sub rooms or closets or anything else in here.
There is the main hall, and then there is this room.
Yeah, so exactly one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's no hidden rooms or anything, so he couldn't be hidden here unless he's under a trap door or something stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
He kind of thinks for a moment. It says white robe.
Hey,
Been quite a few-
Ian, it's
Go ahead.
after normal church hours, and you're still hanging around here. That must be very tough on you.
I live here.
You live here? It looks pretty rough. Where would you sleep?
He walks over to one of the cabinets, like one of the cupboards, and he pulls down what seems to be a fold-out bed.
Okay, so there are places things could be hidden here. Roger that.
And he then puts the bed back up and says, "It's rough, but a man of faith. God will reward me for my sacrifices."
So what do you think Clarence chopped off his own fingers?
Possibly. I mean,
Well, if he
the
didn't,
Lord
who
has his
did?
plans for everyone, but people in this town talk of demons and angels like they're real things. They exist in heaven and hell, not on earth. They haven't since the good old times of Mary. And you see he kind of leans back a little and crosses his arms.
I'm really just not used to the idea of a house of God being locked up tighter than a fortress. It's a little, unusual.
A few years back we had a big robbery. I had a lot of silverware in here from my trip to France. It was taken, and I'm not willing to take that risk again.
Oh, man. Yeah, I know how it goes. Like once I was in France, that sell a bunch of silverware. I'm sure they're completely unrelated. Sorry, that's my internal monologue making me laugh.
You see, he frowns a little and says, "So, let me get this straight. You are friends of the crazy Englishman, and you are looking for him because he ran off into the forest?"
I think he's been kidnapped or coerced. He
Hmm.
spoke at length about the pain he was going through. I even gave him something for it to sleep through it.
He had a friend, so if there's anything you can tell us about his companion, it would really put the good doctor's mind to rest. And his tribulation is my tribulation.
Did you catch the faces?
It was dark.
By the time I got to the window, everyone had already gone to the woods.
I think the only thing we know is they were wearing shoes, right? That's something
Yes.
the only thing we can tell. It's two of them wearing shoes, and they stole like thieves in the night, which still trying to figure out why they would break the window to exit the room when they could have just unlatched the window and gone out on their own. Why would they break the window to leave? That's so odd, except if he was like drunk or disoriented.
Hmm. You see, he kind of taps his fingers for a few moments and casts his eyes over both of you and says, "It seems that my fears of this town are true."
That they kidnap people in the middle of the night?
No. Pagans. Crazy people in the woods. I heard a few talkings and whispers of it, but I didn't quite believe it. Those who go against God. Dirty heathens.
But why would Clarence run out in the middle of the night with a bunch of woodsmen? Well, one, I suppose.
You said he was drugged? Intoxicated?
No, he lied about that. He deceived me. I gave him
You said
something
he
for
was...
the pain, but he refused to take it in the end.
Aye, but the man is living in a pub where drinks are plentiful. I imagine a man has broken through many sins.
So where does Clarence live again?
Are you asking me that or asking Ian that?
Well, actually, when we came here, we saw Clarence was in the hotel, but he was in the hotel because he's too afraid to go back to his stupid house, which we never actually went to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, the house is completely torn down and dismantled. It's old and not livable, so
So he's
but
been
that's
living
what
in
he
a...
was investigating.
Oh, okay. So he doesn't live in this town either.
Correct.
No.
He just came here, wandered off, chopped off his fingers, and now is running around in the woods.
Yeah.
Why is this guy your friend again?
We served together in the war for a time. We were both medics.
Are you
And they
sure it
also went to
hasn't?
the same university.
Oh, you sure it hasn't like broken his mind? I
I
mean, he's
don't
chopping off.
know, but I
He's
honestly don't care.
As you say that, you do see Ian gives you a bit of a look, James, and says, "Oh, you're a veteran. My respects to you."
Thank you, but now's not exactly the time. I say just holding my head and leaning over the back of the chair, still not sitting down.
As he looks to you, he says, "Ah, I have a verse for you." And he whips out this Bible with pinpoint speed and just fucking flips to a page and he says, "I prayed to the Lord and he answered me. He freed me from all my fears." Psalm 34:4. I think the only advice I can give you is spend time in the church. Pray to God and he shall bring you your answers.
My friend is out there. Can't just stay around here in church trying to feel better about it. He could be killed out there or drugged or whatever. And I just inhale a little bit and catch my breath, trying not to panic. I don't know what's going on with him, but he needs help. He called out for me and I have to go find him. And I just turn over to Kerman. Kerman, you said you had your dog, right?
Kingsley's the dog.
Ah, Kingsley.
We
Oh.
found some. We've got some samples of Clarence's scent. We should be able to track him. Look, it's late, and we've taken this man's good enough time. Enough. It's dangerous to go out at night. You'll catch a cold and die, if not stumble into a lock and drown.
And what of
we have-
Clarence and his state of mind?
We have had reports of wolves in the woods recently, just to let you know.
What? I'm just gonna
Mhm.
look at him.
I had figured that'd be the least of our worries now.
Aye. Either wolves or large wild dogs. The hunters weren't exactly clear.
But Ian, please, if you know anything about these pagans, if you know where they may have taken him, please. I can't let this happen to my friend, whatever's happening to him.
He's not alone.
Make me some kind of persuade charm, maybe?
Charm or persuade?
Whichever one you see fit.
Let's give it the old charm, because I'm not exactly trying to convince him as much as just be empathetic. I mean, still 51, but...
So you kind of you do your best to make him empathize with you, and he does give you a bit of a soft look, and he says, "Listen, lad, it's late. I'm tired. Come back in the morning. I'll see what I can do. I'm sure I've got some books around here. I'm sure my diary has some notes in it. A hard day requires a long rest, even for a man of God."
Well, you can rest up, and thank you for your help, Ian. Come on, Carmen. We have to go catch up with the others.
And before you leave, allow me to give you some more words of wisdom. There we go. Peter 5:6. Humble yourselves, then, under God's mighty hand, so that he will lift you up in his own good time. Leave all your worries with him, because he cares for you. Do not worry about this strife. It will pass in time, my children. And with that, he stands and guides you to the door, where he spends another 30 seconds unlocking it. And James, he will hand you back the revolver as you're leaving, but not the bullets.
Alright, that's fair enough. I'll go ahead and, pocket that.
Is there anything you wish to ask him before you leave?
Nah, I think we bothered him enough.
Have a good night, Ian.
You too. And he gives you a smile and a nod as he closes the door with a loud thud. And you hear the doors lock and the lights go off.
Yeah, I
You're
don't
now
trust
standing-
that. Yeah, I'm. Well, while we're heading back, I don't trust that guy.
That's fair enough, but... we need to go get Kingsley and his dog. I want to get onto the trail.
Look, we're not going after him tonight. It's too dangerous.
Everyone keeps saying that. Of course it's dangerous. That's why I want to find him.
As this is happening, Kingsley and Nathaniel, what have you guys been doing?
Really? I mean, God, this window thing is just so fucking puzzling. If anything, I'd be talking at Kingsley about it, because I don't know that Kingsley would be responding to me.
Oh yeah, I would.
It's like, if he was of sound mind... I mean, if he was panicked or confused or in a state of high anxiety, I could see that he might try to break the window in a rush, but that he hid the sound meant that he was clearly thinking about it. And the fact that he feigned being drugged means that he had forethought to the situation. It just doesn't make sense. Why would he
I
not
don't
just
know.
open the window?
I don't know, sir. I've seen guys, back it wouldn't be, what would we call it? Back at in the battlefield, that they jump hoops to get out. Sometimes they send me to go get them. So what
French
would
fever, I
somebody,
believe it was.
yeah, what people can do in an erotic state, I don't know. I'm not the doctor.
Right, but if he was agitated, would he not just break the window without trying to be quiet about it?
What if he was? What if something in his head was telling him he had to get out of here without nobody knowing? And maybe he saw the window. Remember, he's neurotic. He's on drugs, or I don't know the full situation. But
Would he not then just open the window? The window is openable. You know what, in fact, I'm going to try and open the window. Just to make sure that the latch does work.
what I'm saying,
It's a little stiff, but yeah, it works.
expecting logic from a man who's doesn't have his mind,
He had enough
Not a
wits
bit.
about it. The man had enough wits about him to spit out the medicine, not wanting to be drugged. Clearly,
Like,
there's something about the process going on up there. And he knew the proper way to break a window without making much sound.
I don't know. Like I said, I've seen men do crazier stuff in similar states of mind.
I am no spring chicken, young man. I have seen my fair share of things. I have been to lands beyond the ocean and seen many sights.
As you guys are talking at this point, Kerman and James have just arrived back. They walk through the door, seeming a bit tired, but not different.
I'm exasperated. Okay, so this windowsill, there's no like salt or wax or chalk or any other markings on it, is there?
As you now look at that, you do notice there is a salt line.
Ah,
I knew it. Slugs.
no.
Vampires.
Yeah, a variety of supernatural creatures can't cross a line of salt. It might have been that your friend had some sort of misbelief that he couldn't open the window because of this stupid line here, and felt he had to break it.
Monsieur GM, question.
Hmm?
The occult things that I've done before, where I've come up with trolls, finger biters, all that, are any of them deterred by salt? I'm trying to narrow the field down is what I'm trying to do.
You know what's deterred by salt?
Slugs.
Demons.
Right, but that didn't come up in the thing before when I was looking both at what the guy had referenced as well as the footprints that I have cross-referenced. I'm trying to narrow the field down bit by bit through all of my occult knowledge.
Yeah.
Well, if we
what
can
you guys
chase
talking
after
about?
it, we might be able to see it face to face.
So I'm cross-referencing the footprint that I've narrowed it down, the stories that I went through before, and now the salt line to try and narrow the field down between the three things I've now determined it could be.
Yes. So, with the new information on hand, I would like you to make me an occult roll.
Occult.
I'd also like to roll a cult because if I make this, it will be hilarious.
Okay.
Could I make a check for drugs? Like, are my teammates on drugs?
Well, I'm not saying these things out loud. In fact, I've not shared a
okay,
single
good.
one of
Thank
my
you.
occult thoughts with anybody. Because everybody
but
treats me as crazy when I talk about it.
That's not true. I don't treat you. Whenever you want to buy any of your weird occult stuff, I help you buy it. I never treat the person who's buying stuff as crazy.
Right, you're
Someone is always right.
you're my ninth gate guy. Or sixth gate. What was that movie? The Johnny Depp movie.
Ninth gate.
Ninth gate. You're my ninth gate guy. You're my
I'm
Johnny
your
Depp.
ninth gate guy. Your silver shines just like anyone else's.
But yeah, I got a hard success.
So, as you you sit there and think for a moment, and trolls are scared of salt. And with this new information on hand, you unfortunately widen the possible creature list.
Well, I
It
can't
seems
widen it because I'm only working off of the footprint and the stories. So I've narrowed it down to what fits into those two. If anything falls outside of those in the salt category, they're automatically out.
with the new information on hand, there are possible creatures that could. Fairies are seeming more realistic now, as fairies are deathly terrified of salt.
But didn't we narrow those out due to the footprint?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so they're, despite being afraid of salt, they don't match the footprint. So they're out already. If I'm wrong on this, just let me be wrong because I'm wrong in my own mind.
As like a meta opinion, it could be maybe multiple different
I
creatures
thought
working
about
together.
that, but I think my character is pursuing the one creature meta.
Okay. Well, with your information on hand, and the belief that he has, troll is the most likely.
So finger biters are not afraid of salt, is what you're telling me.
In fact, they live in salt mines often.
Alright, so I'm going with troll. The footprint matches the troll, the stories match the troll, and the salt matches the troll. That's what I'm hearing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in my head, it's a troll. I've narrowed it down to one suspect. Alright, you were about to say something, somebody?
I believe someone wanted to inspect the salt line.
I just think your friend's crazy.
No, but I mean,
Yeah.
one of you was about to do something before we went on to this. What's the salt thing about?
I think Carmen was looking at it and got their answer. So I guess that would leave James like look at Kinsley and go, Kinsley, please, let's get the dog.
Yes, of course. I guess. Well. After I talked with Shaw, um, I went out to like try to get the dog accustomed to the scent. So I probably spent like 30 minutes while everybody came back, trying to get the dog accustomed, to mark the blood.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Kingsley, I suppose like old times, the dog, then you, then me.
Yeah, let's go. And with that, I release the dog.
By the way, what's your
Who's that?
dog's name?
So, are you all planning on? Are you planning on trying to track this thing at night, or do you want to wait till day?
That is James'
Uh,
intention.
I would actually like to take Herman aside. I'd like to split the party again, if we could.
You would like to split the party again.
Well, why would we split up? What are we gonna do?
I'll wait like 20 seconds for you, so.
Well, no, I don't mean to pull him aside to talk. I need Herman to run me some errands.
What do you need, sir?
Well, first I need to ask the GM. What
Okay.
do I know hurts trolls besides salt?
Silver
That's it.
and holy water.
Oh, by the way, did you mention the silver thing from the church?
What, that somebody stole all the silver in the church?
Yeah, I mean, do you just mention that at all, or is that something you keep into your chest?
No, I haven't brought it up. That's not unusual.
It's not unusual, but the fact that I now know that silver hurts trolls, and there might be a troll in the area.
You haven't told me you need silver yet.
No, I know. That's why I've asked the GM, so I know what to tell you as soon as I know what hurts trolls. Holy water, silver. Apparently they're afraid of salt.
What's holy water? You mean water from the font?
No, water blessed by a priest.
Yeah, the water from the font.
Well, no, they would bless a font, but a priest can also bless individual standing water.
Really? Where'd you get that from?
Well, I mean, you do it during a baptism, for example, and
Right.
or
they take it from the holy font.
old school Southern Baptists. Actually, I just used Baptist twice. Baptists are my only example, apparently. No, like when you do during a christening, not a christening. Shit, what do you do in the rivers?
Okay, that's called a
Baptism.
baptism.
I know. I just keep saying baptism over and over again. Anyways, priests can bless water anywhere. Don't worry about it.
That's not what a baptism is.
I'm not saying a baptism. I'm trying to stop using baptism as an example, so quit bringing it
Right.
back.
And I'm just kind of like shrugging, saying, like, holy water is like something they made up for role-playing games. It's not a thing.
Mm-hmm. But it's often called blessed water, holy water, things like that.
That's why it's defined as water blessed by a priest.
If you want it, we can get it.
Well, this is
I
not a
gotta-
conversation we're having in character yet. This is me and you debating what holy water is out of character.
I know,
Yep.
it's just a little weird.
It's not weird. You're the one debating me. All I'm saying is that I need water blessed by a priest, and you're wanting the definition of that.
I mean, you want me to get holy water, but it's kind of like, I'll just go. Okay, I'll just go get some water from the tap and bring that back. I mean, like, sorry, I'm just like, when you guys are saying like holy water stops these guys, and I'm just going like, that's not a. I mean, you guys can just make stuff up.
I have not said anything to you. Again, this is
Alright.
argument. I asked the GM something out of
Alright.
character, and now you're debating me out of character. Nothing has been said in character.
All right. But then I'll shut up.
So, Nathaniel, what do you ask Kerman?
Kerman, I have a...
Was it Kerman you wanted? Who
yeah.
was it?
No, it's Kerman. Yeah, I'm taking Kerman aside. As
Okay.
these two apparently
So-
run off with their dog.
Oh.
Split my...
No, we're right here. We're outside.
Yeah,
They're
we're
waiting-
still in
they're
the
waiting
room.
for what you guys do.
Well, yeah, I need Kerman to run requisitions. That's what I'm saying. Kerman, I need you to acquire me a few items before morning.
Okay.
Is there a paper? I think there's got to be paper. There's notes all over the fucking place. Is there
I have
writing
a notepad,
utensils?
sir.
Okay.
I'll pass you the notepad.
All right, and I will jot down blessed water. Silver items, doesn't matter what they are.
Okay.
And bags of salt.
There's going to be a slight problem because holy water expires over time. It only lasts for a few hours.
Mm-hmm.
Requisition a priest.
Water has to be blessed for aspersion at Mass on Sunday, and then it can be taken home and used on Sunday.
I mean, does your character know this?
Unless it's just water blessed by a church.
How about
in
this?
which
Do
case-
either of our characters know this?
No. Neither of your characters are
Uh,
religious, I don't think.
I mean, I've been calling people blasphemers all day.
I know.
I mean, how about this? Does religion fall under a cult? Is that just the mainstream occult?
Yeah. Yeah, technically, Christianity is just...
I'm pretty
mainstream
good with
cultism.
the occult.
Sure. So, what's the plan then, guys? What are you actually doing?
Well, I've already said it. Again, we're just debating holy water again.
I mean, you want me to steal something, but I don't know what it is. So, all right.
Okay.
Was there a font in the church when we were there?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's good to know. So you want holy water and silver.
And salt. I specifically said bags of salt.
Okay, salt's going to be expensive.
How much?
I'll find out. Specific kind of salt or just salt?
I assume any kind of salt would work.
I'm giving like an exasperated sigh in my...
Because rock salt is different from table salt.
Right, so maybe a sampling? Give me a sampler pack of salt?
Sure thing, boss. I'll see what I can do. Can this wait until morning? I believe the store is closed.
I actually had specifically requested before morning.
Sigh. All right. I'm going to have to charge you overtime.
Okay.
As this is happening, our doctor and our hunter, you guys are outside and you are about to release the tracking dog, correct?
Correct.
Well, I actually wanted to say, they're kind of right about waiting till morning. It gives me time to keep the dog hungry, and I'm fucking drunk, dude. Man.
Are you implying my judgment's impaired because I've been drinking?
No,
I say as I like
implying-
stagger a little.
I'm implying my.
He's out there in the woods. Someone kidnapped him.
Okay, hey, no, I'm just letting you know. I got your back, and then I go on to like release the dog from the.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to do my usual GM thing. Are you sure?
Yeah, it is in Kingsley's hands.
Oh, great, thanks. No, I'm not, but I'm
More
still
pressure.
doing it.
So, you release the dog, and it quickly bounds off into the forest. Are you following it?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. You follow it for I'll say about 10 minutes. Yeah. It's the dog's trained to leave a trail to follow for you anyway. So that is no concern at all. You are able to follow it fairly easily. And after a while, you end up coming again to the lake. The dog has stopped on the edge of the lake and is currently sniffing the water. And as you arrive, it looks back to you and whimpers a little.
Yeah, I call it back to me. Try to secure it.
Yeah, the dog
Right.
comes to your side.
I remember you saying as much, so we'll have to circle around and try to pick
Hey,
it back up.
hey man, I know you're looking for this guy, but look where we're at. I think you know I man, I think time is already like not on our side.
I need to roll a spot hidden check with a dog as well. Okay. As you guys are talking and kind of looking around a bit, you do notice the dog lets out a loud bark and begins to pull on the lead that you have it attached to. It seems to have caught some kind of trail again.
Wait,
Okay.
it has it. It didn't go too far.
I give a little bit to the leash and walk with the dog. Try to pick up.
Okay. As you are walking, it follows around the lake slowly. There it is. You begin to circle around the edge of this large body of water. For a good while, it is just the same scenery over and over again. Until about halfway around, where you come to what appears to be an old building of sorts. It seems to be an old house, although it's not quite clear how old. It's just in the range of very old to ancient. Stone walls that are very run down and decrepit. The dog seems to be pretty adamant that this is where you need to be, as it kind of tries to go inside.
Yeah, I say, James, go back and get the others. I'll set up point here and wait for you guys to come back.
Alright, fair enough. I'll return soon. I will go back to town to try to fetch the others. Perhaps they'll have completed their errands.
Okay. Kerman and Nathaniel. As they have left, you are planning to steal some things, I believe.
I'm assuming like the kitchen is closed.
The kitchen.
Yeah, there's a pub here.
Oh, yeah, the kitchen's closed. They're not serving food at this time.
Okay, so there's nobody around.
Well, the owner's the only one currently here. He's just kind of sitting there at the bar.
Oh, good. Hey, I need to buy your salt.
He looks up and says, "What? You need some salt?"
Yeah. How much you got?
He kind of reaches down behind the bar and pulls out like a small basket of little packets.
Oh wow, 1920s. We're modern. Got anything? Like a bag or anything like that?
Yeah, I've got some. Got a large bag of salt in the dry store, but how much do you need?
I'll take the whole bag. Here, I'll start counting out. I guess shillings. His nibs wants it. I get it.
Hey, I just looked up what nibs means. I've never heard that before now. Well, except for last week.
Hold on. Oh wow, yeah, it's not very much at all for a bag of salt. It's like 80 pence. Yeah,
Well, he might want to mark it up because he's sick.
yeah, he's gonna mark up to £1.
I'll pay it. I don't care. It's not my money.
He hands you a 1 kilogram bag of salt, basically.
All right, I'm set.
He gives you a bit of a weird look, but doesn't question it.
Also, what's your you have like an empty fancy bottle?
We've got a few old whiskey bottles lying around that are pretty nice. I've got an old rum bottle that's styled and blown.
Got like a jar that that you would use to can something that hasn't been used yet? I need something clean.
Yeah, I've got something around here.
Okay.
Charge you £2 for it.
I'm gonna laugh and then pay it.
You're like, no way. Here's the money.
Yeah, like a man after my own heart. I wish I could move here.
He takes out a large, immaculate jar that's like about fist sized. That looks like it was probably going to be used to store artichokes.
Ooh, I could go for an artichoke.
I'm eating some right now.
Oh, I'm positively green-eyed.
He's a witch.
Anything else?
No, I think that's got us covered, mate. I'll go fill the jar with water, seal it with wax, and I'm done.
Now, I'm not following you around, but just to clarify, you're just filling it with normal water is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, because you're full of crap.
Awesome.
That's pretty in character. That's pretty in character.
Yeah, I can't fault you for that. I mean, I will blame you for my eventual death, but...
Obviously, you lacked faith.
Well, I'm not a fucking priest. I can't bless the water myself.
Yeah.
I only hope that you're standing in front of me when the troll kills us all.
I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Now hit it with the water! It's just fucking water.
Yeah, well, maybe you don't believe it. Also, it is in character that I am an atheist, so I think this is the dumbest idea anyone's ever had.
I can imagine that your character just kind of thinks that this dude's just been kidnapped by crazy people rather than like any form of monster.
I think the reason why I looked for the lie on the windowsill is because he was a stupid pagan. He might believe in some stupid folk magic because they believe in stupid crap all the time. And that might be why he thought he had to break the window, because he is crazy. So, yeah. So I'll just go ahead and get the salt and the the jar sealed with water, or the jar sealed with water and sealed with wax, and then I got my stuff, and then I can go to freaking bed because I'm tired.
What about the silver?
Oh, well, this guy's not going to have any silver for sale.
I didn't ask you to go to one guy. You're my procurist. What are you doing?
Okay. Also, we need to get some. All right. No one brought a shotgun. Is that correct?
No one brought a shotgun.
See, the problem is silver coins of this time period are perfect for putting down the barrel of a shotgun.
Yup.
But yeah, I'll just make change. How much silver you got? I've got a couple pound notes here.
I mean, there's not a shotgun in town. That'd be kind of weird.
It's like midnight, dude.
I mean, to be
Sure.
fair, though, I didn't share with you the reason for these things, so all I asked for was silver.
You said you wanted silver, salt, and holy water.
Right.
Killing vampires.
Well, I mean, you failed your occult roll, too, so, I mean, I don't know what that indicates to you.
I don't need to pass the cult test. No holy water bullshit. But I just need some silver.
Well, I mean, it's bullshit to you for separate reasons.
Yeah, so I'll just ask him if you make change because I need silver coins too. And don't give me any guff. I just paid you £2 for a glass jar.
He can give you about 5 silver coins.
Well, people down here aren't very rich. I suppose this will have to do. You've been very helpful. I need to get to bed.
Me too, but you don't see me complaining. All right, have a good night.
Oh Lord, bless this tap water, thus it may do whatever rich people think it needs to do. Amen.
Do you know what? Fuck it. Make an occult roll for blessing the water.
You know, this is the quality of Kerman service. It's no wonder I don't have any actual occult items in my possession.
Oh,
Man,
so close. I have a 10% instead of 5% because I talked to an old crazy man.
You have a feeling like it might have done something.
I'm sure it'll work. It'll be fine. God made all
The old
water,
man-
therefore it's all holy.
The old man won't be able to tell the difference.
Nope. Well, we're going to go baptize a baby and apparently have some jerky afterwards.
Was it Kingsley that was coming back to tell you guys that they found the building?
It was me, West.
So James, at this point, you arrive back at the pub, and you see that Kerman is heading upstairs with a few random items in his hands.
Okay, I will follow him upstairs. I assume he's probably going to go find
I'm
Shaw.
going to my room where I'm going to lie horizontally and close my eyes and remain still for a long period
I really
of time.
feel like this is the movie. This is the moment of it where he wants a flamethrower.
So I'll go upstairs and I'll look at the package and go, yeah, oh, of course, good work. You got more ammo from the general store. Great idea. Not even looking at what you got.
I don't think a bartender sells 44 rounds, but that'd be funny. Besides, I don't want you guys with a 44. It's it just frightens me. You guys with your tiny, delicate hands.
So you guys arrive back upstairs, and you see Nathaniel kind of sitting on the bed, just kind of waiting.
Good news. Kingsley and I have traced the scent down to some sort of dilapidated building out there past the lock. The dog picked up the scent and he's out there making sure no one else happens to stumble out.
Oh, so he's keeping an eye on it
That's right.
through
That'll
the
give
night.
us time to prepare and gather up.
What time is it now?
Coming closer to 11 p.m.
And you intend to keep a watch at it over the night?
No, I intend to go in immediately. And I came to grab you two. With a show of force, whoever's there should surrender immediately.
I recommend against this course of action.
Why is that?
I, for one, cannot see in the dark.
Well, Kingsley has a lantern.
That, and he was accompanied by somebody, and we don't know how many more somebodies may be out there.
hopefully we can get back to it before more of people appear.
We don't know how
I'd
many
like
are
to
there
keep
to
it
begin
different.
with.
That's true, which all the better that we stick together on this, wave a bunch of guns around, and ask them to give back Clarence.
I suggest that we pull Kingsley back from the position that you've left him in. Remember where this shack was, and return in the morning.
Well, Kingsley's still out there, and if you want to deliver that message to him, perhaps you ought to come with us, then.
Are you suggesting that we sacrifice Kingsley to whatever may remain out there because you are
I'm
unwilling to
saying
go?
we ought to all go out there immediately. And if you want to tell him that, then you can be the one to do so.
Or, and I just pose this to you now, I remain here, and you go back for Kingsley.
Herman, please, talk some sense into Shaw tonight.
I'm sorry. I believe my door has a lock on my side that I can easily slide the bolt into place, so you guys can leave me the fuck alone and I can sleep.
I'm saying, I think you never came back. You went to your room with your stuff, and I'm still in the other
Yeah.
room. So he's just
I thought
talking
you
to
went up
me.
to Shaw's room.
No, I got your stuff and then went to bed.
That's what I'm saying. Apparently, I just stayed sitting on the bed waiting for you, I guess, when he showed up. So, you're just talking to me. It's just me and you having a conversation.
Yeah, the whole time I presumed you were there because you were dropping off the stuff and listening at the least. So I guess it's just Shaw then. I look around, it's like, wait a second. Didn't Carmen just come back in with a whole bunch of ammunition or something?
No, he
That's
yet
why-
to have returned. I assume he's retired for the night. That, or he will as soon as he's done.
He was zoomed
Shaw,
correctly.
please. I don't know how much danger my friend is in. And if we wait until morning, there's no telling what might be.
Tell me, did you see any signs of injury when you were tracking him down?
Not that I'm aware of.
So he didn't
Yeah, you
injure
didn't.
himself.
Oh, there you go.
He didn't injure himself leaping from the window or running into the night.
Jim, you said I did?
You didn't.
Oh, didn't. Okay, cool.
And further, he was accompanied by somebody that he willingly left with, which tells me that he isn't in any immediate danger.
I'm not so certain. I think he's been coerced to some sort of action.
Well,
I
coercion.
can't imagine a man in his pain would reject the ability to mitigate it. Unless there was something seriously wrong, or something troubling him.
Right, but I don't see that that's actionable in any way.
I'm gonna go back out to Kingsley, and we're going to go to try to bring back Clarence. You can stay here in bed if you want. I'm gonna give Kerman a knock on his door and see if he'll come.
Sorry, Three's Company theme was going through my head. Did they go walk on our door? Anyway, I'm gonna breathe a heavy sigh. I'm gonna walk over to Clarence's desk. I'm assuming I'm in his room for some reason.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab some papers and a writing utensil, and I say, "Should the worst occur, is there anything you would want your next of kin to know?"
I'll tell them myself.
Well, that was true that they wouldn't be your next of kin. Unless you're
But
telling me that your children are already dead. The pox. It's a terrible disease.
yeah, but at this point, I'm walking out. I'm gonna go knock on Kerman's door. Kerman.
Wow.
Kerman.
It's amazing what I can sleep through.
Unfortunately, given everything that happens, Kerman, you are still not yet asleep.
Yep. So not answering that door.
Damn it, not you too.
Joke's gonna be on us when the monster attacks the inn.
And I thought I
Whatever.
could rely on at least one of you.
I locked my door. I'm asleep. It's not, your friend's crazy and probably already dead.
Carmen!
Is there nobody
I'll go
else in
ahead,
this
like,
inn, by the way?
Yeah,
There is no.
I'm shouting. Everyone's
No,
probably aware.
there are no other customers from what you know.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and start stomping down the staircase and head back out to Kingsley.
Kingsley, the scene shifts to you. I would like you to make me a simple spot hidden check and nothing else. The dog fails. Oh wait, no, that's not a D100. That's I need to roll 3D10. Okay, the dog fails. 52.
Could I push because I'm setting sentry point?
Yes. Yes.
No, I
Okay.
guess.
As you are sitting there, you do notice that the dog that you have kind of lies down and seems to relax for a moment. And as you quietly stand looking around, you hear the distinct sound of a click as the hammer of a revolver is pulled into firing position. You hear the sound behind you.
All right. Could I roll into cover? Like, could I roll forward into the ground?
You're basically standing in the middle of, and just in the middle of like a clearing. You can try and roll if you want.
There's not like a stone or a log, or some.
Nope. Not close enough.
What
to
were
roll
you
into.
hiding behind there?
Yeah.
Oh wait, you wanted to be hidden.
Yeah, I was like setting a sentry point, like waiting for
Oh,
those
right.
people.
You're on the edge of the tree line then, so you assume the person is deeper within the trees. You could try and go around the tree you're at. I guess you could try. Yeah, there's enough. You could roll into some form of cover.
Okay, so I'm like, oh fuck, and I try to roll into some fucking.
Mm-hmm. You do that. The dog quickly kind of looks around and follows you. What do you wish to do?
I'm gonna try to peek, try to see if I can. Well, I'm gonna shut off my light.
Okay. You turn your light on and you peek around the tree that you're on.
No, shut it off. I'm gonna shut off my light.
Oh, you turn it off. Do you still peek?
Shit. Yeah, I do peek.
Standing not 10 feet behind where you were, you see a figure. Human in shape and draped in a white garment. It seems to be a robe of some kind with a hood. You see them standing with a revolver pointed directly at you.
I like, hey man, I'm just a hunter.
The the figure begins to slowly walk towards you.
I'm also a cop, so you might want to stay put.
It continues walking.
With the revolver aimed at me,
Mm-hmm.
I release my dog.
You let go of the dog and it stays still.
Sick him.
The dog lies down and covers its face with its paws. You hear it whine and whimper a little. The man is rapidly approaching at this point. He's about 5 feet away.
I'm gonna shoot at him.
You pull your rifle out and take a shot. Go ahead, roll it. With your knowledge of how to fire this weapon and your marksman skill, you take a simple shot in the center of the mass. The man drops down. You see he connects with the floor, lands with a solid thud, as you can hear birds caw in the distance. You seem to have disturbed the entire forest. Everyone hears this as you are leaving.
Yeah, holy crap.
Kingsley, you notice as the man sits on the floor, do you chamber another round? Do you pull the cock back and prepare for a second shot?
Yeah, I do, and I step back.
You notice he begins to move.
Could I put my foot on him? Could I like try to get on top of him?
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, I want to keep him on the ground.
Okay. As you walk over, you try to place your foot on his chest, and you hear and feel a solid crack, and your foot goes straight through him.